And what are some of the common learning curves that, companies coming into Australia or expanding, into Australia?
Yeah, that's a great question. My observation is when companies are coming to Australia, one of the first decisions is where to base their head office. And often my advice to them is to dig that's to some degree influenced by what sort of talent they're looking for, because it does vary from city to city. A lot of new entrants into Australia are surprised by the geographical size of Australia. So we have not just one or two major cities, but we've got four cities that people can domicile their head office. And then it's a question of which one is most practical, has the access to the population, to the key opinion leaders that they may need. So I think there's a surprise by that one. And also there's a surprise in certain pockets, a level of sophistication of people across the breadth of what they do, because company sizes aren't as large as overseas, but there's more depth and breadth of experience.
It's interesting about the different candidates in how would you group them? I mean, from Melbourne to Sydney to Brisbane to Perth. I mean,
Yeah. It is
is
a great
there,
question. I think from historically, from a say manufacturing perspective, it's been very influenced by Sydney than Melbourne. From a sales perspective, the more senior executives traditionally resided in the Sydney or Melbourne offices or cities, but Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth have definitely continued to lift their expertise. But when it comes to say clinical research or phase one unit, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth are definitely on a par with Sydney and Melbourne.
and are the states, so there's federal grants, but then are there state grants as well?
Correct. Yes. So it's very
Mm,
competitive. So when an overseas company wants to domicile a head office in depending on the state system, so not too dissimilar to America where you've got different states and
mm,
territories. We've got that in
mm.
Australia as well. There is definitely a competition amongst the state governments and the local state life sciences to do whatever they can to partner and make the pathway very smooth. So whilst there's a team Australia, once you come and you've made the decision to come to Australia, everybody would like you to domicile your office and your head office in our city.
Yeah, competitive.